the place that made these refused to make them for me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What? Oh.
No. Let me explain. They said that their ovens had gone down, all kinds of stuff, but folks went and got them anyway, which is why I'm not telling you who made them. But can't be because I'm a woman, but perhaps they did not like my politics.
Yeah.
And I know how hard my family has worked to keep this business alive. My bakers come in 2 or 3 in the morning just to have donuts and rolls for everybody to come in and say, we have the best rolls ever. This is what makes Holterman's. It's the community.
Just when you thought the story had cooled down, Whoopi Goldberg is back in the headlines. And not for the reasons you'd expect. The controversy between Whoopi and a small Staten Island bakery is heating up again, as she seems to be doubling down on statements that have left many shaking their heads. Is this a case of a powerful media figure refusing to back down? Or is there more beneath the surface that's yet to unfold? Let's dive into the latest chapter of this unusual saga. Picture this: Whoopi Goldberg, on live television, casually sharing a story about her birthday treat. But what starts as a simple anecdote quickly turns into a pointed accusation. According to Whoopi, a local bakery refused her order, and she hinted it could be because of her political beliefs. That's right. In a surprising twist, she seemed to suggest that her liberal stance was the reason behind the supposed refusal. The audience gasped. Her co-hosts looked shocked, and just like that, a new culture war headline was born. But as we'll uncover, there's more to this story than meets the eye.
Now, Whoopi Goldberg, as you can see there, learning the hard way that going after a Staten Island institution can be a recipe for controversy.
Let's rewind for a moment. Whoopi Goldberg, well known for her liberal views, has always been an outspoken figure on The View. But during a recent episode, she shifted the spotlight from politics to something that seemed simple: a dessert. For her birthday, she wanted a classic New York treat, the Charlotte Russe, from a Staten Island bakery. And it's here that things get interesting. Goldberg claimed on air that when she tried to order, the bakery turned her down. And the reason? She implied it could be because of her politics. Right on cue, her co-hosts reacted with disbelief, and audiences were left wondering if the small Staten Island bakery was making a political statement by not filling her order. But that's where the bakery, a well-loved local spot called Holterman's, enters the story.
Thousands of customers lined up outside Holterman's bakery to show their support after The View co-host accused that bakery of political discrimination.
Far from refusing her order for political reasons, the bakery's owner, Jill Holterman, publicly explained that their inability to fill the order was due to a boiler malfunction, nothing remotely related to politics. Holterman didn't just deny Whoopi's claim, she went a step further, describing how her bakery faced technical issues that made it difficult to commit to any orders at that time. Now, you'd think that might be the end of it. But Whoopi didn't seem satisfied with the bakery's explanation. In a follow-up Instagram video the next day, she doubled down on her claims. She still found it, quote, a little odd that they couldn't fill her order, but could supposedly take another one from someone else, leading her to suggest that maybe her name was a problem after all.
Community leaders calling on her to apologize, but instead, here's the update. She appears to double down in this new video.
There seems to be a lot of talk about the dessert I requested for my birthday show. I never mentioned the name of the bakery or the location. It does seem a little odd that when we called a few weeks before my birthday and we were told they couldn't process the order for my birthday because of an equipment failure, but somehow they were able to accept an order of a different 48 of the same dessert when somebody else called without using my name. But it's all okay, y'all, because I enjoyed my delicious dessert and I had a happy, sweet birthday.
This brings us to the fallout. Whoopi's comments didn't go unnoticed, and they certainly didn't sit well with Staten Island residents or the local community. Staten Island's borough president, Vito Fossella, even held a press conference in front of Holterman's bakery, standing shoulder to shoulder with the owner and local leaders to show their support. Fossella didn't mince words. He called on Whoopi to apologize, saying, "Just say you're sorry so we can put this behind us." Focella's message was clear. Whoopi's speculative comments had crossed a line, and Staten Island was standing firmly behind this small, family-owned bakery. In a statement that resonated with viewers across the country, the bakery shared how they'd been flooded with support since the incident. Their phones have reportedly been ringing non-stop, with messages of encouragement pouring in from all over the country.
We're here today to support them, to say that Staten Island stands with them, and I venture to guess if people across this country knew what the Holterman family was all about, they would be here too.
The support has been so overwhelming.
Holtermans thanked everyone, posting on social media that they were selling out of baked goods daily, thanks to the overwhelming response. What started as a local bakery incident had quickly evolved into a national story of community resilience. And here's where things get deeper. This incident didn't just highlight a local dispute. It sparked a broader conversation on the role of celebrities in wielding influence and making public accusations. We're in an era where politics, culture, and media seem to intersect at every turn. And a story like this shows how even a simple birthday order can spiral into the latest culture war flashpoint. In fact, it's moments like these that bring up some pretty big questions. How much weight should we give celebrity opinions? And at what point should celebrities be held accountable when their statements affect local businesses or private citizens?
Now, Staten Island Borough President Vito Vasella, thank you very much for being here. We saw you at that news conference. Did that clear anything up, that video with Whoopi Goldberg there?
No, not at all. In my opinion, first of all, the story here is this Holterman, the family is wonderful. They're the salt of the earth. They've had a business for 146 years. Not many people can say that. They have an impeccable reputation. People love them and their business. And then this woman went on national television and basically misrepresented what happened. And to have a platform like that and disparage, potentially, arguably defame a business that has no recourse in the court of public opinion, and they were devastated. And what we said, we were going to stand up for those businesses, and we're not going to take the abuse. She may have had the bully pulpit, but she came across as a bully.
Interestingly, this isn't the first time we've seen celebrities clash with local businesses. We've also seen Rachel Zegler, the actress set to play Snow White in Disney's latest live-action remake, stirring her own share of controversy with comments about former President Trump and his supporters. Zegler recently posted on Instagram, saying she hoped Trump and his supporters would never know peace. Naturally, this stirred up its own backlash, and after receiving criticism from both fans and commentators, Zegler issued an apology. She said her emotions got the best of her, showing just how quickly celebrity remarks can spiral when they touch on divisive issues. So, let's circle back to Whoopi. For those who follow her, this incident is just the latest example of how her candid style can sometimes land her in hot water. Whoopi has long been vocal on political issues, and her willingness to share her thoughts is often what keeps her fans tuning in. But there's a fine line between commentary and making accusations that can harm others, especially when those accusations target a small, family-owned business.
Could have something happened there that maybe we didn't see? Maybe there was somebody, this is just me asking you, based on the facts that you have at hand, could there have been somebody behind the register who didn't like the idea that this was for Whoopi Goldberg and said, not today?
So the facts are the boiler that they had in place that they need to make the cakes was about 60 or 70 years old. They were planning on replacing it. They didn't know how long it would take to replace. So Jill Holterman actually did the right thing by telling the woman, we can't commit to it. We would hate for you to have a birthday party and the boiler would still be down. My main concern was that this woman took to the national airwaves and sought to destroy a company.
She didn't say the name of the company, and I'm not defending her in any way, but she didn't say it then. In her clarification on Instagram there, that video, she also didn't say the name of the company, and she reminded people she didn't say this. So the question now is there a case of defamation?
For Staten Island, and for many watching, the situation speaks to a larger frustration with celebrities who appear out of touch with the everyday struggles of small business owners. And this may be a key reason why Holtermans received so much community support. People are tired of seeing small businesses become collateral damage in political statements and culture clashes. So, what's the big takeaway here? This story serves as a reminder that public figures, especially those with massive platforms, need to be careful with their words. An offhand comment on a national show can carry serious consequences for small businesses and private citizens who may not have the means to respond as publicly or effectively. Holterman's Bakery has managed to weather the storm this time, with overwhelming support from the community and across the country. But incidents like this raise questions about the responsibilities that come with having a platform and a powerful voice in today's political and cultural landscape. We want to know what you think. Was Whoopi's remark just an innocent slip? Or was this a case of a celebrity wielding their influence irresponsibly? Do you think public figures should face more scrutiny for their comments, especially when they involve private businesses? Share your thoughts in the comments below.